What's up, guys? So today we just got back from track practice. First time doing a sprinter workout, but so we got our second package from the same shipment, and it's gonna be some new stuff. So we have this unidentified thing bag. We'll open it up. See what's inside. Move this guy here so I have some room. It is our Tectonic Knights. Look at that. For this set, I think it was like $8.85 for 10 soldiers. This is not bad. Decent price for, the current economic state, which is decent. Also, account for inflation. It's not a bad price. Let's zoom in a little bit. So we're just going to be building one figure of each set. So I'm not going to be building the other ones because that's going to be a waste of time. Let me just zoom this in real quick. Perfect. So look at our little figure. It's got a large beard. Printing is really nice so far. His helmets. This time he has a sword and a different colored shield compared to our other one, which is this. So recently I checked AliExpress, and the prices just shot up by a couple of dollars. No, look, it just shot up by $1. So I was gonna order another set, but that's not gonna work out because for AliExpress, what I saw on Reddit was that the prices fluctuate. They can see what you order, and they can shift the prices. And I'm not gonna let them do that to me. So I'm gonna order stuff at the prices that I want to buy them at. So they're not gonna get me like that. And today's really gonna be a short video because I just have a few more guys. Because there's some repeats from the second shipment, or because they split one of my orders into two. So we just have some repeats from the other video. I'm gonna make some of those, but that's just gonna be it. So now we have the Greek soldiers, phalanx guys, hoplites, whatever you want to call them. These guys, from what I saw from the reviews, they have much better printing than these dudes that I have. Let me steal a pike, but this is one I bought from almost 2 years ago. Oh, holy lighting. But yeah, this is one guy, according to my calculations, I got 160 of these guys for $120. I think comes to around 75 cents. These guys with much more better printing comes a little bit, roughly around 80 cents a piece. A little more than 80, 85. But if you compare the printing, you'll see the vast differences. So look at this guy. Look at this guy. Yeah, all the Greek guys always have this helmet. I like this one better, honestly. This hoplite one. But this one's much more golden. It's like chrome. Oops, I dropped it. As you can see, but it doesn't have any front armor, plates, whatever. It's that one, I don't know what the Greek armor is. It's like padding with leather, whatever. It's not metal, but it's like fabric. We have one extra arm, which is, it's nice. Boom. We have this cool shield. Look at that. Focus on that. Ooh. And this horsehair, I think. It's a nice figure. You can that's like a 10 cents difference right there. quality just upgraded from like, that's not bad actually. So now we have these guys and I'll repeat. There should be 2 of them right here. Because in my last order they came with 5 of the 7 I got. So let's open this up. Scoot the camera a little bit. Let's move these guys back. Get some good lighting. Really nice figure, by the way. Honestly. And same plastic as Lego. It's probably the same printing. You know, you can also argue that these, like, I can also argue that these figures might be better than Legos, because so far none of my AliExpress Lego figures or like Lepin, none of them have cracked so far. So they actually have, AliExpress Lego has pretty good quality control on their products, unlike many other Lego bricks. And as you can see, that was a really fast build. So now we have 1 guy, 1 soldier, 1 halberd, one guy with a polearm. So like, I don't know, I'm slowly moving away from Lego now, because I see like the Chinese market, it's way better and cheaper than, it's like, it's cheaper than Lego, and it also, like, usually when you think something is from China, you think it's cheap and it's poor quality, but this time it's like the opposite. It's still cheap, but it's better quality than Lego. Like you'd see for like on Bricklink, you'll see like I don't know, it's so stupid. Like collectors sell their stuff for overpriced stuff, like old Lego figures. And they're expensive because they're old, but like Lego could just be like especially the knight sets, like the castle sets. It's never gonna be the original, so that's why the old castle knights are gonna be expensive. And like people who want to army build can't really army build off of Bricklink, because the only knights they have are old castle knights, which are like it's like more than 10 years old. 10, 20 years old, and you're not gonna army build when you're paying like $5 a night. $5 a night when you could pay less than $1 a night on AliExpress. If I did this sooner, I could have saved a lot more money. But you know, it's life, we learn stuff. So now we have our last knight, which is one with a great helm. So, what are some other things we can talk about? No politics. Don't want to get politics on YouTube. I know people have their own opinions. I support that. It's good to have it's good that we have different ideas to solve a problem. It's just that, what's that one? Oh, it's that one Fallout quote that Maxima said. People have their own ways of saving the world. It's just that they don't want to save it in. They just want to save it in their own way, which is a problem. Which is how you can describe politics now. Like there's policy that works, there's policy that don't work, and you know, for me, for my politics, like the way I see it, I look at history is a big importance. You can't forget that. And in my opinion, many people forget about history. Because history is like patterns. You see patterns with empires like the Roman Empire, Napoleonic, the French Empire with Napoleon. You have Mao Zedong. You see patterns with those societies, and you can use them to help with your thinking, and don't make I don't know how to explain it, but it's you can use history to make rational decision making, is what I'm trying to say. the best way to look at politics is to always think why or how. Why are they doing it? The benefits from what they're doing it, how it helps people, and how we can look like if it's happened in the past, what happened, like how, what effect had it had, is what we can, is I think the best way to look at politics. I don't want to share my political views because it's not what this channel is about. It's about Lego. It's about, this channel has been a lot of things. It's been a Nerf channel. It's been a Roblox channel, a Lego channel. 3 categories. And I'm just trying to be myself, really. Look at this French dude. French noble knights. Look at this. Look at him. I think I need more of some militiamen, because I don't know, battle ratio. You don't really have this many noble knights fighting in battle unless you're French. Otherwise, if you're English, then you have longbowmen, more like militiamen, like troops. You found like troops are just who like levied. I'm just gonna build and talk, to be honest. Let's just run this video to 15 minutes, post it on YouTube, because I'm also backed up on YouTube because I was supposed to post 3 YouTube videos, but I'm backed up because I'm too lazy to do that. Oh, let's make this go in. Quality is good. You never have, like, the quality is like, it's tight, but it's also good. It's good tightness, because sometimes Lego just with just an arm there or accessory, arm just goes down. It's weak. It's soft. You don't want that. You gotta respect these Chinese suppliers, people who work the factories. They're doing a good job. No say on like if they're getting exploited or not. I mean, it's Lego, so it's really just like injection molded, so probably it's just a lot of like supplier stuff. You just package it, work the machine, so don't really have any blood on my hands. So we have some extra pieces right there. Let's build a Greek soldier now. Actually, look at diverse. Some sweatshops, it's like, there's one I saw where it's like this one factory who makes vapes. There's literally one dude in the factory who's just there to make sure the vape works. So he's literally vaping, like he's getting like puffs every single second, no break. So you know what's gonna happen to his lungs. It's gonna get destroyed. So I mean, also like Chinese work culture is different because they don't have unions and we do. So there's that aspect, and there's another aspect of not having another option to work. Because like when you're struggling, you need to work, and you'll just find any job that just pays. For me, for some people, maybe even me, it's gonna get to that stage in life where it's like you just need a job to work. You don't care about the conditions. You just need that money to. Because when you have a family and stuff, having a job or being unemployed is a struggle. Economy is unpredictable. There's gonna be layoffs. So for me, my plan is being like, I don't know, because I want to do like automotives, but I also want to do electrical engineering, plumbing, carpentry. Like if you're like, in my vision, if you're like a worker who can do anything, like if this one job goes down, you'll have 5 more options because you have that experience. Because, AI is going to be a big thing now. We're going to lose probably millions of jobs because of that. Probably farming is going to be more autonomized. What kind of, I don't know what word is, automized, whatever, I don't know. Everything is going to be robot, such as like, I mean, we still have some checkouts with employees, with humans. No androids, but I don't know. People just, there's gonna be a time where it's just like probably no. There's never gonna. No, I reject that statement. There's never. I mean, yeah, it's gonna. I don't think that like the supermarkets, stores are gonna be fully replaced by robots because I don't know. It doesn't seem ethical, and I think like some of these companies know that too. Like I don't know, Jules, they have plenty of self checkouts. Costco, they're always good. Costco's, I don't know, they're a good company. I don't think they're gonna like how are you gonna have employee of the month when it's just robots, just self checkouts? Like same with Target too, because with robots you lose that human interaction. Because also when you have old people, I don't know. I think it like a robot they might not really understand you, but a human will know that. Will know how to do that. So there's some but like farming industry is different though, because we need food to be cheap and human labor is pretty expensive and more like in human history, more of it. So first there was people like picking the crops by themselves. Now the industrial age. Now we have plows, so that's less hand labor. Plows to what's that one company? That one company with the green tractors. Deere something, I don't know. But now we have that. But there's depends on the crops too. Strawberries, cabbage. The way certain plants grow, you can't really harvest them, but with a robot, I don't know. I'm just blurting stuff out. I just need to. Sometimes I just need time to think. It's hard for some. Oh, also extra piece. Start. For me, whenever I want to give out an answer, I need time to think. Right now, it's like I'm just trying to come up with stuff. You know, like it needs for me. It needs time to reason it through, right? It's like also I'm like kind of an introvert too, so like I'm not usually ambushed. I get time to think by myself, like on my own. I don't really talk too much. Besides with my friends and stuff. But that's a different topic because like talking with my friends, you don't really talk about like politics and stuff. Politics or like economics or the world. Because I don't know, when you're with your friends, you can literally talk about anything without thinking about it. You don't need to watch what you say because, I don't. For me as a person, for me, you gotta. There's like two categories where it's like you gotta filter where you go. You gotta filter what you say. Make sure what you say is like correct but not right. Like it's gotta be a correct. It's gotta be factual. It's a hard thing to say, but like you know how like people make up stuff like and they try to use it to prove a claim, but it's like, if you look at history and stuff, it's not gonna go in that direction. It's kind of like that, where it's like, what's a good one to talk about? I'm already forgetting about the topic, bro. Ugh. Joints are so aching. Let's make a Titanic night. It's like, when you say you're gonna do something because of this, but in reality, it's really for something else like profit. Where's my on? It's in here. It's like doing something for this reason, but in reality, it's beyond the truth. Such as, for example, you know, I said I was not going to be political, but like, you know, there's a war happening right now. Such as, you know, liberating a country with Israel. Because, you know, Trump said, we're here to liberate the country on like Twitter, blah blah blah. And yeah, you're the last person to you're the last person to say that. Cause we as a country has murdered millions of people throughout US history. We have Philippines, Vietnam, Cuba, proxy wars too. So we have Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya. I mean, Libya was, for Libya it was I think the CIA funded the no, I'm not too sure about on that, but like the CIA supported the overthrow of Gaddafi. I gotta look more into Gaddafi's situation because I know all the gold reserves like disappeared. I know Gaddafi tried to make his country a better place, but also he was a questionable leader. Same with Saddam. I mean, I think the basis of all the wars we start with is freedom, democracy, and like liberating the people and like defending our country. That's like one of the big reasons. But if you, I don't know, you never take things face value. You never eat the news like that. Never eat what politicians say. You have to do your own research to see what's beyond that and what the government, CIA, FBI, blah blah blah, military have done. So that's like my way of politics. You look beyond what a person says. You look into country's history, politicians' past. I mean, Trump is just a businessman, really. I literally, I don't really know what he does, too. Except for being on the island. Ooh, that case. A lot of people are forgetting about the island. It's a horrible thing. I looked into the files. It was pretty bad. Yeah, horrible elites. You can't defend any of these people. And the fact that people still support him after, even if they're doing... Okay, let's say, let's put this straight. Let's say Trump is... It's not only Trump, but let's just say like a president. The president is doing something good. Yay, our country is doing better. People like him. Everyone likes him. But he was on the island. And you guys know. You guys are probably smart enough to know what happened at the island. We have to treat our presidents, CIA agents, the same as what we do to criminals domestically. Like, just because they are the president doesn't mean they get specialty. I mean, this would have done numbers in like the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s. It would have been on the news. But now because of social media and how everyone just eats the news because how available it is. Because back in the old days, it used to be like turn on the TV, you see the news or read it in the newspaper. Now it's just like, oh, notification, what happened? The world is so oversaturated with news. We get desensitized in the way. We just eat it. We just look for the next topic. I feel like some news should just be localized. So, in some aspects, not. There's some news that just gotta stay in the village, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. But, like, people don't just eat news. They see news every day. Every day there's always some controversy. And we just move, and because there's like so much controversy going on, we just move on to the next one. We move on to the next one, and we just forget. That's kind of like what's happening with like, the Islanders, but that's why we have history, and that's why we don't forget. And sometimes people do forget, and that's really bad. Forgetting is learning history and forgetting history are two important things you need to know before, like, I don't know, joining in politics. Like, I'm 16. Like, I don't know. History has been a really big thing for me. So, no, I just gotta study this more. Documentaries help, but I just gotta find my own articles, read them. Unbiased news source. Oh, you can't even see me building the minifigures. Anyways, I figured out what I was gonna talk about later. It's almost 30 minutes. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna stop at 30 minutes. What's some other things we can talk about? I felt like I had a really good topic to talk about. I just forgot it immediately. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you lose big dream ideas. That's why you gotta act them out before it's too late. It happens, people. It happens. Build this French night. I've been yapping for almost 30 minutes, talking to myself. I guess giving some of my wisdom. Oh, I think it was something about me being 16, me being invested in history. I don't know, me being in history, I feel like history buffs are pretty good at being politicians. If you know about a lot, I think low key, let's make the best politician. Alright, the best politician has a major in history, social studies, worked in business, maybe like started from the bottom, now we here. So they had a good sense of like being poor. They have empathy, good kinded heart, and they never say that they are right. And there's so much more I can say to make a good politician, but moving on so I don't forget this, like, in the US, we only have two parties to vote for, not like 10 or 5 for our like president or like just party in the House, Senate. And because we only have 2 parties, it doesn't really give us options. Because in my opinion, both of these parties suck. They are equally as bad. You can't compare how bad both of these parties are. So, I'm a person who's for, more independent politicians. But, it's America. It's so polarized. Maybe that's gonna happen in the future. Maybe not. In my opinion, it's not likely it's gonna happen. When I view politics, I view the bad and good on both sides. I don't, just because one side is good than the other, you can literally pull up 10 more things that are bad about them, and they're both as bad as each other. One side might be slightly good, but how can you like rate evil or like bad? Like the Islanders. A guy I watch on social media, TikTok, Mr. John Kiriakou. I love this guy. I always see him on my feed every single day. Funny thing about him, when he exposed CIA torture crimes, he was the only one who got punished for these for like breaking a code or whatever. Gotta look more into it. But like for like exposing the CIA, I think it was like because like it was like a so because like top secret blah 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 non-disclosure acts CIA thing. But he only got in trouble for exposing it, and people who participated in it, nothing happened to them, which tells a lot about CIA and the U.S. There's one thing I heard from him in like a podcast where he talked about how the CIA has a psychology team, and he was talking about how they got Obama hooked on the team, and he was like he was like they got him they got him controlled. They got Obama. The CIA got Obama. Was it? He talked about some kind of deal or like mission. And then John Kiriakou was like, "Oh, hey, Obama, CIA is pretty cool. You want to join us? You want to see what's up?" It was like, "Yeah, sure." So that happened. Can't really trust anyone anymore. Hey, but that's the world we live in. So the world we live in is almost like a dystopia. I mean, for me, best thing you can do is not get slimed and get into politics, because oh. Now I don't want to get into conspiracies, but like saying people who some people who exposed the Islanders mysteriously died. It's unfortunate that they died, but it's like, saw it on a Reddit, but like this victim who was now in their 30s, a victim of the Islanders. Most of these people who died, or you can also say might have been slimed. Most of these people died from suicide. And John Kiriakou said, it's legal for the president. I don't know, what was it? Some clip I saw where he said, "I'm taking his word for it just for today, but I gotta look more into it. I can't just hear what a person says and just fully believe it. I gotta look more into it." So I'm gonna look more into that later. What he said was, And I believe John Kiriakou is a good guy, trying to do a good thing. So what he said was that the president has he has, I think it was authority to slime someone domestically, like slime a person in the USA, and then he followed that up with how Obama slimed a U.S. citizen in a different country, in a foreign country, and then later slimed the person's 16-year-old son when they were like when they were having a cup of tea in the morning. I think they were U.S. citizens. I don't know. But that shows you how it could get. Like, don't tell me the CIA doesn't and FBI. No, FBI is not doing that. This is, yeah. Do not tell me that the CIA has not slimed anyone in the U.S. Gary Webb, Lumumba. Gary Webb. Oh, that's a long story. He exposed something about like CIA and like drug involvement. Washington, and then all of a sudden, all these news papers just started. They started finding ways to discredit him and discredit him as a writer, attacking him in many different ways after he posted like a writing about how I don't know, something. Just you guys, just take a look at Gary Webb. Like, there's a good YouTube video about him. So yeah, you guys go take a look at that and come back. But yeah, many of these deaths are really suspicious because you have this Islander survivor who mysteriously died, Avicii. If you check out his a few of his music videos, you look if you look up Avicii music video, pull up the comments, and some of them you'll get the idea of what you'll see. And this guy on Twitter, I think he was like a programmer, German guy. He posted something about like these guys are Preds, whatever. I think don't take my word on this. But like, I don't know, he died later by suicide later. I'm pretty sure. Just look more into it. I have to, because these are oddly concerning conspiracy theories, because we can take a look at U.S. history. Bring that back. It's the elites. Look at Stanley Kubrick. He released Eyes Wide Shut, and if you've seen that movie, you'll see how it talked. You can sense that. You can sense that it's a movie about the elites and what they do, and Stanley Kubrick had to cut. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had to cut over an hour of footage